Hello everyone! I'm going to share with you how I make my fresh peach cobbler and this crust that takes less than 5 minutes to put together. You ready? Let's get started. These are the ingredients that I'm going to be using. I'll also share with you a list of ingredients in the description box that's going to be located underneath the title of the video for your reference, but I'm going to share with you and show you how I take those ingredients and put them together to make my peach cobbler. And so I have here 6 pretty large fresh peaches. These peaches are about the size of, say, like a softball. They're pretty large. If you have smaller peaches that are, say, the size of a baseball, you're probably going to need about 8. I'm using 6, and 6 is going to be plenty. This is about 4 pounds of peaches, just right around there, right around about 4 pounds of peaches. So I'm going to go ahead and peel my peaches, and these peaches in the inside, they have a stone, and so we're just going to cut around the stone. I just use my paring knife. Now the little red, that red color that's in the center, that doesn't bother me at all, but if you want to go ahead and cut that red part off the peaches, you definitely can, if that's what you want to do. Now if there's any hard parts after I slice my peaches off the stone, I go ahead and of course I remove any hard parts. And when I say hard parts, sometimes there's that hard stony part that can be on the peaches after you cut them. And I just go through and I just make sure there's none of those hard stony parts. If you are a lover of peach desserts, I have a few other peach desserts on my channel. I have a peach shortcake similar to a strawberry shortcake, but I use peaches. I also have a peach dump cake as well as a traditional peach cobbler that's my mom's dessert. And it's one of her key recipes, and I'll share that with you in a link in the description box below. Now to my peaches, once I've sliced them, I added in some light brown sugar, and that was 1/4 of a cup of packed light brown sugar that I've added to the peaches. And I go ahead and I like to mix the light brown sugar until it starts to dissolve with the peaches, and also it helps the peaches to start to release some of their juice. Next, I'm going to put in some cinnamon, and I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I love how cinnamon and peaches work together. Cinnamon is just that nice warm spice that really complements a lot of fruit desserts. And I'm also going to put in some ground nutmeg. With the ground nutmeg, I'm only going to put in about a pinch or 2 of ground nutmeg. Nutmeg with nutmeg, a little bit goes a long way, and I find it to be a nice background note to my cobbler. Now once I mix the cinnamon and the nutmeg around, we also want to put in a little bit of salt. Now salt's going to do 2 things for us. It's going to bring out a little bit of the sweetness, and it also helps to balance out the flavors in our cobbler. So we just want a pinch of salt. I give the peaches a few more tosses, and again we have that 1/4 cup of packed light brown sugar, the teaspoon of cinnamon, the dash of nutmeg, and the dash of salt. I have a 9-inch round deep dish pie pan that I have buttered, and so once I put the peaches as well as any juice that was in the bowl, I go ahead and make sure that it's nice and evened out, and now I'm going to work on my crust. Now there's various ways to make a cobbler crust and make a pie crust. Now when it comes to my cobblers, I have found that this crust has been the quickest and the easiest to make in a snap. As long as I've got my fresh fruit, I can go ahead and make a really quick cobbler crust. So I have 1 large egg, and my egg is at room temperature. It's important to have that egg at room temperature because it's going to be easier for you to whisk it and make it just a little bit frothy, just like I did. So that was 1 large egg at room temperature. Now to my bowl, I'm going to also add some sugar. And this is 3/4 of a cup of sugar that I added to the egg. And then next I'm going to add some flour. Now with the flour, you can either spoon your flour into your measuring cup or do a little aerating of the flour like I did, where you scoop up flour, you dump it out, scoop it up, dump it out, and then you scoop it up and level it off. So that way we don't have too much flour packed into our measuring cup. Next, while my butter is melting, and I'm going to be using 6 tablespoons of butter, and that's salted butter that I'm using. I'm going to let it melt in the microwave gently, and while it's melting, I'm going to mix together my ingredients of the 1 large egg that we had at room temperature that we whipped, the 3/4 cup of the sugar, and the 1 cup of flour. And you see how I'm blending those 3 ingredients together, and I'm just using the back of my spoon to really make sure that I'm gonna turn the flour and the sugar into crumbly pieces with the egg. Once I have my ingredients mixed well together, it's gonna take on a crumbly texture, and it's also gonna have a tint of yellow from that egg. And so that's what you're looking for. You don't want too much dry flour. You really want to make sure that flour, that egg, and that sugar is mixed well together, and so the majority of it is going to be nice and crumbly. And how I achieve that texture is really by pressing and blending the flour and the sugar together with the egg. And this is what you want it to look like. You see how it's nice and crumbly? This is what we're looking for. Now it's time to add our cobbler crust on top of our peaches, and I do this by using a small measuring cup. I like to evenly sprinkle my topping all over, making sure that I get down into those little nooks and crannies of the peaches and that I get all around the sides, and I want to completely cover my fruit with my topping, and we're going to be using all of our topping. If you are new to my channel, welcome in, and if you're a returner, welcome back. On my channel, I love to share what I cook and bake from my family in my kitchen. So if you enjoy some old school recipes, if you enjoy some new school recipes, I hope you consider subscribing. And on my channel, something else that I enjoy doing is sharing the little details, something that my mother taught me as a baker herself and as a really great cook. The devil is in the details. And so if you enjoy my content, I hope you consider subscribing. And if you're enjoying this vlog, don't forget to show it some love and give it a thumbs up. So once I have all my topping and I've covered my peaches, once my butter has melted, I let it cool just a little bit. So I want my butter to cool. The reason why I want the butter to cool down is I don't want to put hot butter on top of my topping, because what will take place is that it'll start to melt the sugar, and we don't want that melt that sugar just yet. We want to wait for it to bake up and then melt and go all together with the egg and with the flour. And so you want to make sure that you don't have hot butter that you're putting on your topping. So this is the 6 tablespoons of salted butter, and I'm going to just drizzle it all over. You're going to use all 6 tablespoons and drizzle it over. Now, if you're using unsalted butter, you want to add a pinch of salt to your cobbler crust. So when I added the flour and the egg and the sugar in the bowl, at that time, you want to put in a pinch of salt if you're going to be using unsalted butter to put on the top of your cobbler crust, okay? I'm also making sure that melted butter is covering as much of that crust as possible. So once I have it all done and it's ready now for the oven, our oven was preheating on 375 degrees, and so our cobbler is going to bake in the oven at 375 for about 35 to 40 minutes. Well, our cobbler has been baking for 35 minutes. It is time to take it out of the oven. It is looking good, it is smelling good, and along the sides, around the sides, it was really bubbling, and so I went on and I put a cookie sheet underneath to catch any of the residual juices that might overflow a little bit. So I let it cool just slightly, and now I'm going to scoop us up some, and y'all are my guests, so I'm going to serve y'all up some first. I also have some ice cream on the side. We can't have cobbler without some either nice fresh whipped cream or either some nice vanilla ice cream to go with it. And my sister and her family are over, and so they are looking forward to having some of this nice fresh peach cobbler today. We have some juices that we're going to put right there, and oh my gosh, it is just the cinnamon. You can smell that cinnamon in there and the fresh peaches. And do you see how this crust baked up of just sugar, flour, and egg? I'm going to go ahead and scoop up some vanilla ice cream, and we're going to adorn this with a little bit of the vanilla ice cream. And I've also used this cobbler topping when I've made my mixed berry cobbler with some blackberries, blueberries, and strawberries. And our cobbler is still hot, so our ice cream is starting to melt. So let me get your bite ready. I want to make sure I got some peaches and I've got some of that nice crust. Are you ready for your bite? Go ahead and take your bite. Now I'm going to take my bite. Oh my goodness. This crust right here, it comes together in less than 5 minutes. I'm telling y'all, it is so simple to put together. This is definitely a treat, especially with all the wonderful fresh fruit that we have this time of season. Well, that is it for me today. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you like this video and appreciate the content, don't forget to show it some love. Give it a thumbs up and click share. Share this video with a friend or a family. And don't forget to click that notification bell so you can come back and visit me again in my kitchen. And remember, it's always good when Dyvonne is cooking for the family. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.